Turn that down a little bit. Hello, Cotton. Cotton. Hi, Cotton. What the? Why is still not open? Yeah. Let me just be straightforward. You did kick my ass. You did kick my ass, though. You still owe me, right? Where's your shirt? Oh my gosh, Willow ripped it, didn't she? I couldn't. No, I actually can't. I don't. I don't have enough. I kind of went on a shopping spree. I'm sorry. You can watch mine. You better take that back. You really want to go. Oh, hi, Sweeta. Hi, Sarge.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay, good. Crap.
What?
Oh, I can't.
What?
You take your app out and you do a little wave.
I had an issue with my Snap. It locked me out. I'm still fighting with Snapchat to unlock it for me.
Panda had the same problem. Not your Panda. Panda Dev.
Oh yeah, bud. Hey, Emmy. Oh yeah, Aiden. Oh yeah. What's up, Emmy?
Alright, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna raise you.
How's your morning, Emmy? Less cranky?
Let me guess, you're watching Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check EMs in a minute. I saw your one message. I believe that's the message you're referring to, but there's something else. I'll check it in a minute.
No, Ghost, I said stop getting old.
Seriously?
What?
Where's Ash?
She's working.
Oh. Typical Ash.
She said if she got that 50 that her stepdad owed her, she'd unlock it for me, but I don't even think her.
Oh god.
Bruh.
He's gonna preach something.
What do you mean?
Like basically
Would you text him?
And that sets us off the course with God to walk like Jesus. Mine are a few things, not just one. And I'm working on correcting those. I find it that your course, your fall, the thing that trips you up the most is Aiden. And I ask you, Emmy, to look into your heart. What causes you to trip over Aiden's words or to trip over Aiden within general? I really want you to reflect upon that. For example, mine is Grand Theft Auto. There are times I've cursed, I've gotten angry because of Grand Theft Auto. It's probably the dumbest reason to even get upset. Okay? But I do question, like, why? Why is this? For obvious reasons. The game mechanics can make me mad. Certain situations make me mad. But it is not a physical thing that can physically bother me. Okay? Yours is a physical being that literally trips you up. And that's something you have to look in your heart and see why that is causing you to have that issue. I'm not even sure if she's still here. You know? Trust me, there are times where Aiden gets me upset. Listen, there are times where Aiden gets underneath my skin. But I try my hardest to look at it from an outside perspective. Okay? I look at Aiden as a human being. I look at Aiden as a fellow brethren in Christ, okay? I want to teach Aiden how to handle his anger, how to handle certain situations. Is it more just and beneficial for me to scream, holler, and treat him like garbage? Or is it more for me to kill him with kindness and guide him in the right direction? I think a lot of, well, and you don't listen to him either, Em. You don't listen to him either. You can't, okay, for example, let's talk about last night. Last night's situation, I tell Aiden to behave. I'm off to my sleep study. Aiden, behave, be on your best behavior. And it was like the reverse. Aiden behaved and you did not. So it's like opposite day. Aiden simply was not paying you enough attention. He left your stream. You invited him back to yell and scold him for no reason. You literally yelled and scolded him for no reason. And all he simply said was, I came back for this. He did nothing wrong last night, Em. I don't think there's anything that you can say, Emily, that would justify last night's. But I will say this. You with a disability, and obviously Aiden with a disability. Get my camera on for. Well, my camera is on, but it's not working. Oh, that's kind of stupid. Camera's not working. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know why my camera's not working, but I'll fix it. So, hey, what's up, man? You know, but because you both got disabilities, you are not going to comprehend him. And he's definitely not going to comprehend you. As I said, and I keep saying this, you both are like brother and sister. And it's like literally pulling at each other's hair. And it leads to the analogy, I'm not touching you. Okay? Where the little brother is sitting there poking at the little sister, but not touching her. And he keeps saying, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. And you do the same thing to him. You both got to learn to coexist. You both got to learn to understand one another. Aiden's trying. 100% he's trying. But I see a lack of effort on your side because you look for reasons, you look for faults to argue with the kid. And I'm not sure why you do that. Hey, what's up? Pretty much like a Leo and a Stitch type moment, yeah. So, hey, what's up, Selena? So, you gotta find it when you get to those frustrating moments with him, walk away. Whether you're streaming or you're on my stream, up, walk away. Take the breather. Okay? You have that capability of de-escalation. Unfortunately, he doesn't. It is something that we've all been trying with him. It's just when Aiden starts spiraling, he starts spiraling. You know how to pump the brakes. He doesn't. And that's where you got to be the bigger person and pump the brakes. There was no legitimate reason last night to do what you did. To flip the way you did on him. Now his family looks at you in a bad light. How do you walk away? Thank you, A10. Thank you. Pretty much, you know, And ignore. You got to learn ignore. Okay. For a prime example, there are days where Aiden's real bad. Okay. Aiden's to the point where I'm leaving the Ghost Mafia. Ghost, I'm done with you. I'm unsubscribing to your channel. You don't see me getting mad and angry and yelling at him. I'm like, okay, bye. See you, Aiden. Bye. Because at the end of the day, I know he's just blowing steam because he's frustrated. I know he's frustrated. I know he's upset about something. But I'm not going to sit there and get onto his level and start screaming at him and getting all up in his face about it. Okay, if you want to leave, leave. Bye. Because I know at the end of the day, he's going to go huff and puff in the corner, punch his pillow, scream into his pillow. He's going to come back like, yeah, you're right. I'm not leaving. I'm sorry, Ghost. But this is what's bothering me. Such and such unfriended me. Such and such blocked me because I asked what's for dinner. And that's where I just repeat myself and say, hey, Aiden, they're idiots. They don't know how awesome you are. And when you ask for what's for dinner and they block you, well, that's on them. I like talking about food. So, yeah, he is. He is. Don't get me wrong. He has his moments. Aiden does have his moments. But you got to learn the individual. For example, A10 has moments. There are moments I want to take A10 and put his head through a blender. Same thing with Emmy, same thing with Sarge, same thing with Wiz, and everybody else within this circle. But I look at every individual as an individual. I don't group people together. So when I look at you, Emmy, and I understand your backstory, I understand your foundation, I approach you a lot differently than I would with Aiden. Aiden is a lot differently. There are times where I'm very stern with them, but I do it in the kindness of ways. Trust me, I can yell at Aiden 100% with the way he acts towards me, and I've done nothing to him. Nothing. There are times you've done a lot to him that would, I want to say justify, but kind of gives a foundation of why he acts the way he does towards you. Aiden has no reason to act that way towards me. But instead of me getting to his level and going back and forth tit for tat, I just give it back to him. I'm like, okay, bye. You know, there are times Aiden's claiming my stream and asked me what's for dinner 14 times. And I just keep repeating myself. Is it frustrating? Yes, 100% is frustrating. But who am I to yell at somebody and to treat somebody like crap? You know what I'm saying? It's wrong. Plus, I also understand Aiden has like 32 browsers open and like 32 different streams. So I know he's not always there to catch the answer. And when it comes to the mod, he really has mod on my channel for one reason and one reason only. 1 second. You know, he has that mod on my channel more for his mental well-being than anything else. Is he a good mod? Yes. I tell you one thing, Aiden will bust you. And he will throw you away under the bus and time you out. And listen, we know you're trying, man, but you got to try harder. I can't stretch you out until the camera's on. Hold on, now. I'll catch up to your messages. I'm fighting with the camera. It's not the camera I want, but okay. Now will it work? Bald! Bald! And boy, why is the camera that small? Aiden, why did you shrink the camera, Aiden? Aiden, there you go. Why did you shrink the camera, Aiden? Okay. Alright, so as I was saying, you got to understand the individual. You have to start truly understanding that he's just like you, Em. You both got the same personalities. Like right there. Selena, can you follow me on Twitter? You do realize, and Selena, this is for you, bud. He's going to repeatedly ask that until eventually you follow him. Does that mean you have to follow him? No. Does that mean you have to respond to that? No. There's times I've unfollowed and I blocked Aiden, and he was going to wait until I was ready. And he's asked me, you going to friend me back yet? You going to friend me back yet? Going to friend me back yet? And I'm just going to sit there and be like, move on with my day. I ignore it. And it's hard. I understand for certain people it's extremely hard. But it is a trained craft. Maybe because I got kids. I don't know. No. He's definitely misunderstood 100%. And trust me, Aiden's far from perfect. I'm not saying Aiden's is some saint and that he should be worshipped, he should be idolized. No, Aiden has his own faults. He has his shortcomings. But when you look at him in the eyes of a human being, and you realize that you both are the same, you both are humans, we live in this imperfect body, we live on this imperfect planet, and we're all children of God. And you got to treat people with that mentality. There's this old saying growing up, and I think you guys hear it today. What would Jesus do? And that is like a foundation on how I want to get back with Jesus. Is I want to look at every individual and think of how Jesus would handle that situation. Would Jesus yell? Would Jesus shun? Would Jesus treat somebody like garbage? Would Jesus swear at somebody? Would Jesus do this? Necessarily, we're not Jesus. We're going to have our moments where we're going to lose it. But it's all about forgiveness. It's all about healing and moving on. But yes, you definitely got to try a lot harder. What, Sarge? I'm throwing you under the bus. Hey, Knuffles. Yeah. Well, like, listen. I am disappointed, but then I'm not. Because I anticipate and I expect Emmy to snap. It's just because Emmy, not justifying, Emmy does have a brain injury. So her comprehension and her short fuse is a lot quicker than somebody else's. But that does not mean she can't fix that and learn to home it in. I have a brain injury. And I let my short fuse goes on certain things. But when it comes to humans, I try my best to remain. No, you listen. I'll be honest with you, Em, with that comment. You can yell him all you want. He's just going to yell back at you and then laugh in your face. I'm just being honest with you. It doesn't go nowheres. There are moments where you got to learn with his type of disability where you just got to walk away. You physically have to walk away from the situation. You don't want to create a situation that's a lot worse than what it should be. And now the fact that his family saw that side of you, their trust with you has been diminished. And you have to understand that. We as streamers, we as content creators are who we are. We are human, we make mistakes. But you've had a history of constantly snapping at him for no reason. This is not the first time you have snapped at him for no reason. There have been times, where you've removed his mod or did something to trigger him. Then you're scratching your head like, oh, why is he acting this way? Because you triggered him? Because you literally... Yeah, see, prime example. Like, Wiz finally hit his breaking point last week and snapped. We all do got that breaking point. I had mine when I unfollowed him, when I blocked him, I did everything. I didn't scream at him. I didn't get mean to him. I just did that. Instead of me snapping and being very mean to him, I just had enough and said, you know what? Take off, take off, take off. And it was there for a little bit. He eventually came back with an apology and understood that his actions do not justify the outcome. Of course not, because they understand you're a human, Em. They understand that you're a human being. So, yeah, I'm real proud of Aiden when it comes to that. Yeah. And another thing that bothers me with you is that you will come to me and be like, why isn't Aiden always in my streams? Why is Aiden not there? And you complain numerous times about that. But then when he is there and he's being his typical Aiden, you get frustrated with him. That's hypocrisy. Now, do you want Aiden there as a friend? Do you want Aiden there as a moderator? Or do you want him there to find reason to yell at him? Because it brings you some kind of joy. I do question that sometimes, I do question that, and you have to look in your heart, like, why do I really want Aiden on my channel if I'm going to keep treating him this way? And with Aiden making that statement, I'm proud of Aiden. Instead of him telling you to go F yourself or calling you the N-word, he just said that. He said, no, thank you, which makes me laugh because that sounds like Aiden. He's like, no, thank you. Bye-bye. Not dealing with it. Because Aiden's starting to realize the drama is not worth his energy. Listen, it could still take another year for him to fully understand what I mean by that. But he's starting to catch the drift little by little. I see Aiden more often now with less complaints about being unfriended, being blocked. Aiden comes into my lives asking, what's for dinner? How are you? You know? And the message he sent me last night was very heartfelt. Yeah. So you got to figure out if he's truly your friend, then you got to stop mistreating him. Because eventually you're going to keep cutting those cords. And eventually the last cord's going to be cut and he wants nothing to do with you. Like, he's literally been contemplating of unsubscribing to your channel and blocking you on all social medias.
Seriously?
All right, let me bring up my Twitter from last night.
Oh god.
Come on, Mr. Browser.
Okay, now this is getting my anxiety up.
And the fact that Aiden knew I was going for a sleep study right away, he's a smart boy. Okay, yeah, Dad heard everything. I'm looking for the screenshot. Yeah, right there. And the dad is right. You should be ashamed of the way you handled that situation. That's what I was looking for. You know, you should be ashamed the way. Well, you have to be embarrassed, Em. You know, it's our job to call you out when you do something wrong. And if I wasn't your true friend, I would just let it slide. Okay? So, you got to understand, Em. You got to take the steering wheel by the bull by the horns. And you want to steer your own brand. Now, do you want to be known as Mrs. Biatch or do you want to be known as Mrs. Emmy with a heart of gold? You know, when you're snapping at everybody, and it's not just Aiden, I've seen you do it to a few of your viewers, and you got to change that mentality because nobody's really going to want to tune into a streamer that's going to treat him like garbage. Now, let's say hypothetically, I'm brand new to your stream. Aiden, who I've known for a long time, brought me into your stream. And Aiden beat you up as this very nice person, very sweetheart-like. And my first day into your stream is that you're screaming at him, treating him like garbage. I can promise you I'm not going to be too happy. And I'm literally not going to subscribe to you. And I'm going to make sure that anybody else that is subscribed to you is going to unsub to you. And I'm going to make your channel fall apart because you don't deserve a platform in which you're treating everybody like garbage. Because I'm going to make assumptions that you do this to everybody. Not right. People shouldn't make assumptions, but you are what you are. So this is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time. I can count at least 8 occasions where you've had moments like this. And you need to make a decision whether if you really want to be a streamer or a content creator, or do you just want to hang out with people, because you're having a difficult time. What's up, Jonathan? Shalom, my brother. Shalom. And look at that, though. This is what that gets me upset with you, and kind of like, I can't understand your philosophy behind it. You were so mean to Aiden, okay? You were so mean to Aiden. And look what Aiden put. You know she was just upset. It's okay. I could promise you, somebody could rob Aiden blind, and he will still hug him. That's how soft his heart is. You know? You know?
Hello, Ghost. Sorry for not being with the Ghost Mafia. I was so much focusing on Rec Room and forgot about my lovely Mafia smiley face.
Shalom, shalom, my brother. You know? Yeah, we've all seen it, and it's like, you got to start making change to thrive. Okay? You already got haters out there. You already got haters that don't like you. They're waiting for opportunities for you to trip and fall. And you're handing them a lot to make videos about you on. So, if I got to temporarily remove you from the Mafia, from this godly family, for you to open your heart and to understand the ramifications of your actions, I will. But I will only do that to push you in the right directions of repentance, of, self-reflection, and obviously getting forgiveness. No need to be scared, buddy. God is with you. Yeah, yeah. Listen, if I was one of your haters and I'm watching your stream every day and I caught something like that, woo-wee, a lot's going to be made about it. There's a YouTuber out there who literally just makes content and being an a-hole to everybody, okay? I don't remember his name. It's Doherty or something, okay? He's an a-hole to everybody. Pulls pranks on people, gets in their face, has a bodyguard step in when there's somebody's ready to pound his face in. He is now being sued. He's now facing the ramifications of his actions. I'll have a video on that coming at some point. That's wrong, that's a little too extreme. But you get what I'm saying, though, You got haters out there. And you got to start changing your action, Because if I'm a parent and my 8-year-old's watching your channel, once again, if I saw something like that, I would not consider you a family-friendly streamer. You're lucky that his parents are understanding. And they understand Aiden way more than us. But the difference between me and you, and I'll settle it with this, the difference between me and you is that I actually spent time talking to Aiden's mom, talking to his dad, and truly getting to know Aiden like he is my little brother. And I'll be very clear, you might be my little sister, but that's my little brother. So you both got to shape up.